Hello guys, the following video is a really interesting one and was posted by a user called Mel Murder. Mel likes to go for walks in the afternoon and she tends to ramble about different things in her life that she boggles her mind over. Located in Sweden, there are many forests and fields close to where she lives. So what better place to go for a mind-clearing walk? Last week, Mel was filming her thoughts whilst making it through one of the little forests. The sun had already set and she was going on about an appointment she just had with her psychologist. And it was on that walk that she captured something really strange that she couldn't explain. The funny thing is, a viewer pointed it out. She had no idea that she might not have been alone at the time. She's not a believer in the paranormal and considers herself a skeptic at best. But she also states that in this particular area, there shouldn't be too much wildlife. To give you all an idea, Mel walks the same path on one of the following days to show people the area by day.
At first, I'm gonna go up to a tree. This part becomes very slippery and muddy during evening time. Well, this is still kind of dry. So there is the tree. Or was it that tree? I think it was this tree. And whatever you saw was down there. There's a big rock here, so it's not really easy to hide. And it's not very big, even if it was this tree. So yeah, it's not a big forest. There's no wildlife here. So it could just have been a person messing around or whatever.
Now let's see what actually transpired that night.
Jag undrar vad han kommer ställa för diagnos på mig. Och alltså, det är så jävla halt. Helt gyttjigt här i skogen.
Did you notice anything? Look again.
Jag undrar vad han kommer ställa för diagnos på mig. Och alltså, det är så jävla...
Something was standing behind the tree and was peeking at Mel here. It's really unclear at what exactly we are looking at here. Some people believe it to be an alien, others say it might be a paranormal encounter with an apparition from another plane. Of course, it also could have been a person in the end, but I feel that her recording and explanation about this incident feel pretty real to me. Do you think it was just an animal? And what about the glowing eyes on the ground that also seem to be looking in Mel's direction while she's walking by the tree? This could be an animal in my opinion. I'm really confused. Maybe this thing is related to the tall entity behind the tree? I'm sure this was a baffling encounter for everybody, and who can say for sure what happened that night? This will remain a mystery. Now we want to take another look at user Harry McClary, who recently started to put several CCTV cameras in his house due to abnormal paranormal activity that scared him and his girlfriend during the day and night. What you see here is just one of the many examples they have shared on Harry's profile. The recording we will check out today, however, will top the incidents that have transpired so far in their house in terms of scare factor. One night, Harry noticed a strange shadow that he saw in the room across the hall. Hoping it was just the lamp, he recorded it, but I'm not sure that this actually was the case. What appeared to be a shadow from maybe the lamp in the room or something else actually reveals himself as a terrifying face. But there was nobody home besides Harry's girlfriend at the time. So was it an apparition that was manifesting? Or was something wrong with the camera? Or what's your explanation? What did Danny capture here? Nightmare material for sure. Now we want to follow Patrick and Jason from the channel The Haunted Side to the St. Charles Hotel in Carson City. It was built in 1862, which means it's the oldest hotel that's still running to this day in the state of Nevada. The hotel has quite a lot of dark history, including many reported deaths and murders. Their investigation starts on the 3rd floor tonight, which apparently is a hub for paranormal activity. Based on many guest reports, they get their SLS camera ready and start to set up shop in the room of former heavyweight boxer Larry Duncan. And then they can capture something really interesting.
Okay, good to go.
Now to me, that motion looks like something a boxer would do.
And we got the millimeter up and running again too. It's hotter in this room.
It is hot. It's
And
pretty cold outside right now, so.
There's no heat in here either. It's not like somebody's in here with a heater. Look, it's at 1.1.
Could this be the spirit of Larry? Possibly going through his old motions, a sparring match in the afterlife perhaps. Who knows? It's a pretty significant capture, whatever Jason recorded here.
It'll do that. Is there anybody in this room with us?
Finger. Wanted.
That would be...
Divided.
Shortly after Patrick and Jason make it into another room, Patrick notices a strong odor that reminds him of a very pungent perfume. Only seconds after, he feels a tap on his hip. What's really significant about this, though, is what the camera captures just inches away from him in the window.
Like a little touch or like a little pressure. That was weird. Is that you?
Did you notice it? Let's take another look. A white mist-like shape is walking by and disappearing towards the right. How odd. Jason and Patrick both were standing in place, and nobody else was with them at the time. Another former resident perhaps, that wanted to make its presence known. The energy then keeps rising in this room, and the air feels so thick that both decide to exit, but leave one of their camcorders behind. They had no idea that another magnificent event would be captured just moments after them leaving the room. A strange light anomaly, just moments before another white shadow is disappearing into the bathroom. What's your opinion? Could all of these events be explainable? Reflections, perhaps? Or was it all caused by some guests that never checked out? Mysterious. At this point, I want to thank all my members and sponsors for your monthly support, and a big shout out to my Frosty advisors: Megan Noel, Frank B, Steve McMahon, Daniel Kronger, Mesk Doll, Josef Maurer, Pori Marjam. The following is a recording which was uploaded by Equitum Duerto Paranormal, and it was a live stream recording that was shared by a young man. He woke up to really unsettling noises in the middle of the night that were stemming from the lower floors of his house. At least this is what he believed at the time. He states that nobody else was in the residence besides his partner and their 2 cats, and the 4 of them were all situated on the upper floor. Let's see what was going on that night.
Otra vez. Ay, perdón. Otra vez, hija. Otra vez empezaron a escuchar los ruidos. Los gatos están aquí en el cuarto de Ale. Espérame, voy a bajar. Tranquila, despierta bien. Voy a bajar. Voy a bajar, a ver, espérame. No, tranquila.
The young man makes it downstairs, and he expected to see several items lying around on the floor.
Ten mi celular a la mano con el número de la policía. ¿Quién está ahí? Tráete mi celular con el número de la policía. ¿Quién eres?
They give it a very thorough search, but can't find any misplaced items on the floor, or anything else that appeared off, which was strange. After all these noises, you would think to find something, right? Confused and very tired, they decide to make it up to the bedroom again. After all, there wasn't much they could do at this point. The young man even states that this place had been blessed by a priest before, so all of this was really strange to them. Of course they had trouble falling asleep that night, and it was shortly after that the activity continued. So they blessed the whole house by themselves, to hopefully find peace that night. But no such luck. Now, look at what happened next.
No tienes cabida en este hogar. No tienes cabida en nuestras vidas. En nombre de Jesucristo yo te expulso y te despojo de este lugar. Te despojo. Lárgate. Ser inmundo. Te despojo.
Something appeared to be standing outside the window here, something that shouldn't be there. And it was not possible, since the second floor window had no balcony attached. Some believe this to be an evil spirit that was causing all of this mischief that night. Could that be so? What would you do in this situation? How terrifying. The worst part is that the activity kept continuing all night long. I'll keep an eye open for possible updates on that case. Thank you so much for watching, guys.